Task 67, Camp Ob, Mass Murderers.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. Acceptance of terms. Welcome to Onverse.com, a service of Onverse LLC, an Arizona limited liability company. Parentheses, quote, Onverse, end quote, and parentheses, period. Any reference to Onverse will include its members, officers, directors, employees, agents, successors, and assigns. Oh my god, bars. Onverse provides its website, online gaming world, and related services, parentheses, quote, site, unquote, and parentheses, to you subject to the following user agreement, parentheses, quote, agreement, end quote, and parentheses, period. If you do not agree with any of the terms in this agreement, including the privacy policy, do not access or otherwise use the site or any information contained on the site. Your use of this site shall be deemed to be your agreement to abide by each of the terms set forth below. Onverse can change this agreement at any time by posting an updated user agreement on the site. Onverse may send registered users an email notice of the changes. If any modifications are unacceptable to you, you shall cease using the site. If you do not cease using the site, you will be conclusively deemed to have accepted the change.
Registration information. In consideration of the use of the site, you agree to provide true, accurate, and complete information about yourself as promoted by the site registration provided in the connection with registration. You do not need to use full or true name for your username. In addition, you agree to update that information in order to maintain the truth, accuracy, and completeness. Onverse may deny your access to the site in the event that your required information is untrue, inaccurate, or incomplete.
User account, password, and security. You will receive a password and user account upon completing the registration process. You are responsible for maintaining the confidentiality of the password and account, and are responsible for all activities that occur under your password or account. You agree to A. Immediately notify Onverse of any unauthorized use of your password or account or any other breach of security, and B. Ensure that you exit from your account at the end of each session. Onverse cannot...
Session, anyway, continue.
Onverse cannot and will not be liable for any loss or damage arising from your failure to comply with this section, including but not limited to deletion of the account or obtained items, communications under the account, and any purchases made. If Onverse researches and finds that losses or disruptions from your account occurred due to voluntary transmittal of your password or account information, we reserve the right to suspend, ban, or delete your account.
No ownership rights in account. You acknowledge and agree that you have no ownership or other property interest in the account or the personal spaces you create in any way through your time, purchases, or resources, and further acknowledge and agree that all rights in and to the account or the personal spaces you create or in any
way.
I'm confused.
Enhanced through your time, purchases, or resources are and shall forever be owned by Onverse.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay. Code of conduct. While in Onverse, you must respect the rights of others and their rights to enjoy the world. To this end, you may not defraud, harass, threaten, impersonate, give unwanted attention, or cause distress to other users. Onverse reserves the absolute right to define the foregoing terms and determine whether such prohibitions, I don't know how to say that, have been violated.
2. You may not transmit or post any content, imagery, or language which, in the sole and absolute discretion of Onverse, is deemed to be offensive, including without limitation content or language that is unlawful, harmful, threatening, abusive, harassing, defamatory, vulgar, obscene, hateful, sexually explicit,
Oh my god.
racially, ethnically, or otherwise objectionable, nor may use a misspelling or a alternative spelling to presumptive intent of the section, the content and language restrictions listed above.
3. While on Onverse, you may not spam or flood the chat system, profile comments, user emails, or forums with repetitive text, images, or obscene language.
You there?
Just go, just.
Oh, okay.
I was muted on accident.
On accident or by accident?
Okay, we're on 4. Go, Eva.
4. You may not use the chat system, profile, comments, user emails, or forums to advertise or promote external websites or companies.
Go, breadstick. Okay, 5 period. You may... Shut up. You may not use information gathered on Onverse to spam other Onverse users with offers of goods or services.
Yay, Spork, you did it.
Shut up.
6. You may not impersonate any employee or representative of Onverse.
7. You may not violate any local, state, national, or international laws or regulations.
8. You must follow the instructions of any Onverse employee or representative while on Onverse.
9 period. You may not misrepresent your age in any way, period.
10. You may not attempt to interfere with, hack into, or decipher any transmissions to or from the servers running the site. Exploitable bug to other users, instead immediately reporting any bug to Onverse.
But you just read 11. Okay.
What?
You read
okay.
Vanessa's.
Oh, wait. Oops.
It must be 12.
Yeah, I need 12. 12. You may not release any real-life information about any other users or any Onverse employees or representatives. Any release of your own user information is done so at your own risk.
Guys, Vanessa's blonde.
Okay.
Just go. Just go.
14.
Guys.
Post with threats
Breadstick
concerning...
dyes her hair.
Wait, 13. We're on 13.
14.
Oh, what? Whatever.
Oh, 13.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're right.
We're on okay, go.
14. Where did...
13, go.
You may not create duplicate threads about the same topic on the forum. This includes threads about other threads that were posed by a forum administrator.
You just said, but go stick. Okay. 14 period. You may not create posts or threads concerning disciplinary action taken against any user of the community, including chat logs, personal information, messages, or emails between that user and the Onverse employee, period.
15. You may not falsely report users for things that have not been done. We do consider this a form of harassment.
16. You may not post private conversations between yourself and any other Onverse user, employee, or Onverse representative. These include in-word tells, profile communications, or any other forms of communication within Onverse. You may not post these on the forums, on your profile page, or upload them as media.
17. You may not access the site for purposes of conducting research or competitive analysis, such as, but not limited to, estimating the size of the site or its populations, or conducting demographic research, social experiments, benchmarking, feature performance and or comparisons without the prior written consent of Onverse.
Go breadstick. 18 period. If you meet others in the site and end up doing business with them, those those interactions are between you and them. Onverse is in no way responsible for such interactions or the terms or conditions related to such transactions. You agree that Onverse shall not be responsible or liable for any loss or damage of any sort incurred as a result of any such dealings.
Yay,
Period.
for
Oh,
19. If there is a dispute between users of the site or between users and any third party, you agree that Onverse, its partners, providers, subsidiaries, affiliate, affiliates, officers, directors, employees, contractors, agents, and or successors thereof, parentheses, collectively Onverse
Hey,
parties,
that's
close
my
parentheses, are
That's my
under
thing.
no obligations to become involved if you have a dispute with one or more other users of third parties. You hereby release the Onverse parties from claims, demands, and damages, parentheses, actual and
Stop.
consequential, close parentheses, of every kind or nature, known or unknown, suspected and unsuspected, disclosed and undisclosed, arising out or in any way related to such disputes and or the site.
Go Lukey Pookie.
Yay, Luke, burning
People-
face.
Shut up.
Ness.
People want to end you.
20.
Number 20. Users agree that they shall have attained their 13th birthday prior to using the site.
21. You may not ask other
21.
users. 21. You may not ask other users for personal or account
21.
information. Trying to scam people or fish for passwords will result in an automatic banning of your account.
Okay. Transfer or trading of accounts or virtual goods. Onverse does not recognize the transfer of accounts between users or prospective users. You may not purchase, sell, gift, or trade your account, or offer to purchase, sell, gift, or trade your account. If you try to If you try to trade or assign accounts, Onverse will not recognize your account and may terminate it. To the extent you try to sell, transfer, or gift virtual goods outside of the site, Onverse will not recognize such transfers. You cannot sell any virtual goods or services from the site in the real world.
Personal
Go
spaces.
Luke Burning Face.
Onverse may allow you to create your own personal space within the Onverse virtual world, which you may decorate with virtual furniture and use to entertain your friends. While you can create your own personal space, please understand that if you create and hang out in a personal space that you still have to follow the rules and the terms of use. This means if you break the rules of Onverse even in your personal space, Onverse can still take any and all actions against you, including suspending or terminating your account.
Yay, Luke, Fireface.
Ew.
Expectations and monitoring. A. Content. To allow for the
Monitoring.
free flow exchange of ideas, data, conversations, documents, text, audio, video works, materials, or information. Collectively, content are not routinely reviewed before being posted on or within the site. As a result, Onverse has no control over any content posted on or within the site and makes no representations or claims regarding the quality, reliability, or accuracy of such content. Onverse takes no responsibility or liability for any content posted on or within the site.
Oh
While on the site-
yeah. Alright.
Well-
Go salsa. Alright. Go breadstick.
While on the site, you understand that you may come across or be exposed to content that is prohibited and that you may find offensive. If you become exposed to any prohibited or offensive content, you waive your right to any damages from Onverse and further agree to hold Onverse harmless. Acknowledge that Onverse will have no liability related to content, whether or not arising under the law of intellectual property, defamation, privacy, obscenity, indecency, or otherwise.
B period. Onverse employee etiquette, asking for passwords or personal information, period.
You didn't say
wait,
parentheses.
I forgot. Shut up. Parentheses, asking for passwords or personal information, and parentheses, period. In the site, Onverse employees or agents will never ask you for personal information, including passwords for your Onverse accounts. If someone purporting to be a representative of Onverse asks you for personal information or your passwords, whether that be in email or in the site, you should immediately report such behavior to Onverse.
C. Limits. You acknowledge and agree that Onverse may establish limits concerning use of the site, including but not limited to the maximum number of days that the account will be retained by Onverse, the maximum number and size of postings, the maximum number of days an account will be saved that is inactive, email messages, or other content that may be transmitted or stored by Onverse, and where, how, and how often you may access Onverse. You agree that Onverse has no responsibility or liability for the deletion or failure to store any account maintained or transmitted by Onverse. You acknowledge that Onverse reserves the right at any time to modify and discontinue the site, parentheses, or any part thereof, close parentheses, with or without notice, and that Onverse parties shall not be liable to you or to any third party for any modification, suspension, or discontinuance of any of its products or services.
Illiterate.
Nice.
Shut up.
Investigations, suspension, and/or revocation of privileges and removal of content. In order to ensure that Onverse is able to provide a site that is responsive to customer needs, Onverse employees may need to access your account and records on a case-by-case basis to investigate complaints or other
Allegations.
or abuse. Onverse shall not disclose the existence or occurrence of such an investigation unless required by law.
You understand that your participation on the site is a privilege and not a right. You understand that Onverse may immediately and without notice, in its sole discretion, suspend, delete, or deactivate your account, temporarily or permanently, block your email address or IP address, or terminate access to all or part of the site. Onverse may further remove any content from the site for any reason.
Yeah, go breadstick. Onverse may take any action as Onverse in its sole discretion deems necessary if Onverse believes it may create liability for Onverse parties, including, but not limited to, removing any content or terminating a user's account if the user's conduct fails to conform with these terms of use.
Users who violate the terms of use may additionally incur criminal and/or civil liability. Onverse may refer violations to civil or criminal authorities for prosecution and will cooperate fully with applicable government authorities in connection with its investigations of any suspected civil or criminal violations. Onverse also reserves the right to terminate your account if we learn or have reason to believe that you have provided us with false or misleading registration information, inferred with other users or the site, or violated.
Interfered.
You agreed that Onverse shall not be liable to you or any third party for any termination of your access to the site. Onverse will not reimburse or compensate you if it takes any actions. If you wish to terminate your account or your child's account, you must provide written notice to Onverse by sending an email with the username and email address to terminate@onverse.com. You must send the email from the email address on the file for the Onverse account you wish to terminate.
You may contact Onverse through U.S. Postal Mail at Onverse LLC, 2121 South Priest Drive, Suite 110, Template, Arizona 85282.
Privacy policy. By registering and/or accessing the site, you agree to abide by the ONVERS privacy policy. You can find the privacy policy at the bottom of the site.
Disclaimer of warranties. You understand and expressly agree that use of the site is at your sole risk, that any content submitted, supplied, or otherwise obtained through the use of the site is at your own discretion and risk, and that you will be solely responsible for any loss of data, profits, or business that may result.
The site is provided by ONVERS parties on an as-is basis. ONVERS parties make no representations or warranties of any kind, express or implied. The accuracy and/or reliability of content in the site, any goods or services purchased or obtained through any interactions in the site, or any transactions entered into through the site. ONVERS disclaims all warranties expressed or implied, including without limitation any warranty of merchantability, title, fitness for a particular purpose, and non-infringement. ONVERS parties do not warrant that use of the site will be uninterrupted, available at any time or from any location, secure or error-free, that defects will be corrected, or that the site is free of viruses or other harmful components. Some jurisdictions do not allow exclusion of certain warranties, so some of the above exclusions may not apply to you.
Limitation of liability. You agree that in no event will ONVERS be liable for any damages whatsoever, including but not limited to direct, indirect, incidental, special, consequential, and punitive damages, including without limitation those resulting from lost profits, lost data, or business interruption arising out of the use, inability to use, or the results of use of the site or any websites linked to the site, the materials or information contained at any or all such sites, or the content anywhere on the internet, whether based on warranty, contract, tort, or any other legal theory, and whether or not advised of the possibility of such damages, applicable law may not allow the exclusion or limitation of damages, so the above limitation or exclusion may not apply to you.
Other legal terms. The terms of use will be governed and construed, I don't know how to say that, in accordance with the laws of the state of Arizona as it is applied to contracts entered into by residents of the state of Arizona. You hereby consent to the exclusive jurisdiction of the state or federal court empowered to enforce this agreement in the state of Arizona, country of Maricopa, and agree to waive any objection thereto, on the basis of personal jurisdiction or venue. Any provision, S, of the terms of use is found to be contrary to law, then such provision, S, shall be construed as nearly as possible to reflect the intentions of the parties, with the other provisions remaining in full force and effect. ONVERS's failure to exercise or enforce any right or provision of the terms of use shall not constitute a waiver of such right or provision unless acknowledged and agreed to by ONVERS in writing. The section titles of the terms of use are solely used for the convenience of the parties and have no legal or contractual significance.
The terms of use constitutes the entire agreement between the parties with respect to the subject matter hereof, and supersedes whatever, and
Good job.
replaces all prior or contemporaneous understandings or agreements, written or oral, Regarding said subject matter, any waiver of any provision of the terms of use will be effective only if in writing and signed by Onverse. You may not assign this agreement to any other party, parentheses, by operation of law or otherwise, close
I hate
parentheses,
this so much.
without the prior
No, you
written consent of Onverse.
This terms of use shall bind and inure to the benefit of the successors and permitted assigns of the parties. In the event of a breach of this terms of use, the breaching party shall pay to the other party any reasonable attorney's fees and other costs and expenses incurred by the non-breaching party in connection with the enforcement of any provisions of this terms of use.